Okay, guys, great team win. That was exactly what we had talked about. A lot of respect for those guys. They're a really tough football team. But for us to come out ready to go all three phases, I thought there was major contributors in all three phases. But winning the turnover battle, doing a lot of the things that we had talked about, it really came to life. It was awesome to see Brandon Powell be able to start the game off with a big kick return. I thought that was big from special teams. We didn't turn the football over offensively. We got takeaways. We got after the quarterback. So there's a lot of things that we're really very positive about today. We got to be able to build on this. I also thought, really tough to see Brian Allen get injured. Don't really have any information on his knee. I'll have updates for you guys tomorrow. But Coleman Shelton stepped in and did an outstanding job. I thought he had great poise throughout. David Edwards was able to return, and then Sony really carrying the load, did an outstanding job, just like I thought he would.
On that point with Sony Michel, you talked Friday about even if it's not necessarily explosive every other play, the steadiness that he provides, and in turn, what did that do to set up your play action today?
Exactly what we had talked about. We were able to stay on schedule. We were able to keep people off balance. I thought it was good to be able to mix up a lot of different personnel groupings, really utilize all hands on deck. It was good to get Joe Noteboom in there. Sony was great, and so that was exactly what we had kind of talked about, and it was great to see it come to life, Jordan.
Odell, as he continues to grow into this offense?
Yeah, I think he's doing good, Lindsey. He had the hip pointer. He's a little bit banged up, but he still wanted to contribute for his teammates. I thought that 27-yard catch that he had really was something that kind of sparked us, and then Sony ended up punching it in from 5 out, and then he had a great touchdown on the fade. He definitely took his time and was nice and patient on that one, but he's a joy to be around, and he's only going to continue to get better, but hopefully he'll be able to practice so we can continue to get the timing and rhythm, but been pleased with Odell.
Sony, was this a case where Darryl just couldn't play today? Or?
He could have. We had him up, if some circumstances presented themselves. Hopefully he'll continue to take steps in the right direction. But based on how the game unfolded, we didn't feel like we really needed him. But I think it's a real positive reflection on Darryl to be available for his teammates if that did come up.
What's the difference today with Stafford?
What'd you see?
From your perspective.
Yeah, I saw a guy manage the game. I thought he did a great job. I thought on some of the third downs, he's doing a great job being able to move in the pocket, find guys. We had a couple drops that were really, key and critical potentially, but we were able to overcome them. What I loved about both Van and Ben being able to drop some of those third downs is both those guys came back and made big plays. Ben on the 35-yarder down the middle was a big-time catch that we had to have it versus the pressure that they were giving us. And then, Van to be able to come back on the touchdown, he did a great job. But Matthew, he played like he's been playing. I think we were able to avoid, just a couple of those little things that do come up. But he was a great leader today. He's always been a great leader, and, he played great, not in the least bit surprised.
How important is it for him to play error-free like that? If you guys are going to make a play on it?
Well, I think any time, really, if you're just going to go ahead and say, let's go find a way to compete, to the best of our ability next week against a great football team. And so he's our guy. We go as he goes. But the best thing that I would say is he doesn't have to do anything other than play within himself. That quarterback position is so vital to the success, but he's such a special talent. He's got just such a great way about himself with people. Just keep being himself and enjoying playing, and that's what I saw from him today. And to be able to come back after that shot he took, deliver a great throw to Van over the middle and get us in scoring position, I think just continues to personify the toughness and everything that's right about Matthew Stafford. I think it was just his sternum. You have to. He's a tough guy. He won't tell me anything. I'm good. What's wrong with you? I'm good. So he'll probably say that to you guys too.
Valuable is a decisive win like that, heading into gathering a head of steam into the next one.
I think it's really important, Sam. Really, find a way to start playing our best ball in December. Obviously, November was a challenging month. We look at it, we own it, but I think our guys did a great job of being able to just stay steady, trust in the process, and really we got mentally tough guys. This is going to make us stronger in the long run. I do believe that, and now it's let's enjoy this and let's come back ready to work for a big-time game next week.
A lot of people will say this is the game you guys were supposed to win. So after getting this win, where do you evaluate yourself as you get ready for Arizona and then down to the home stretch of the season?
I thought it was a great step in the right direction. There's obviously been some adversity over these last 3 games. We had to sit on the bye, coming off of a loss. And so, we talked about playing as a team. All we can do is play the schedule that we're given. Every single game is so difficult. You look at the caliber of team that the Buffalo Bills are, and this is a team that ended up, taking them to the wire and finding a way to win 9-6. And so you don't take any wins for granted in this league. It sure feels good to be back on the winning side of things, and now we got to be able to build on it. But I was really pleased with our team, and now we we just got to start stacking blocks.
What did you see out of Von Miller as far as the strides that he's making thus far?
I thought he played really well. I thought our defense as a whole, Nick, I thought we earned those opportunities to be able to rush the passer. It seemed like the pocket was pretty much collapsing all day, and so Von did a nice job today.
Jones just seems like he is everywhere at
Yeah.
times when he has games like this. Schematically, did you guys empower him a little bit more today as well, situationally?
I think we got in some situations that really express his ability a little bit more, Jordan. You know, we were in more favorable down and distances for us defensively, where they're forced to kind of throw it. We get a lead, and, you know, there's a lot of the stuff that we love so much about Ernest coming out of South Carolina. You just feel his range, his ability to be able to sense things and diagnose them, and I think our defensive staff's done a great job of just continuing to help him improve. Chris Shula's done great, Raheem's done great, and really pleased for our whole coaching staff. They did a great job today.
You guys did a good job containing the Jaguars' running game, forcing them to fumble. How much did you guys concentrate on that coming into this game?
Big focus. It was a big focus and concentration. You know, Robinson's a really tough back. They've done a nice job being able to kind of churn out tough yards and be able to control the football in some of their games. And so that was a big focus and concentration for us. Our guys did a great job up front. Okay, thank you guys.
What's up, everybody?
Can you take us through that pass breakup you made? It was a fourth down pass breakup in the second half. What the play was, how you read it, and feeling of making that play?
We were in a. I really don't know what coverage we was in, to be honest. I don't remember, but it was like 4th and short, and it was a tight end. So I didn't really fear his vertical speed, so I just kind of used some shuffle agilities instead of a back pedal. And Trevor's three-step is pretty, noticeable, so I just broke on his three-step.
You know, what was it like to have a complementary effort across all three phases today? What did you like about how each phase contributed to the other success?
Yeah, it was nice. We get victories like this, big victories where we win by, 30 points. So that was nice. And honestly, we know we have a lot of room for improvement. We know we got to get better in certain aspects. And then when you talk about complementary football, obviously y'all probably think of all three phases playing well, but a lot of complementary football is like certain situations as well. So one thing that I know we can improve on is the offense goes down and scores in the second half. I don't know what that put us up, but then you would want to come out and get a 3-and-out or a turnover real quick. That's good complementary football. And we got off the field on that drive, but it wasn't a 3-and-out or a turnover. So that's where I say we can still improve on certain stuff like that. Just capitalizing on situations during the game, so we can take this thing to the next level where we need to take it.
There's a lot of conversation this week about turnovers and the need to get them. What
Yeah.
enabled you guys to go out there and do that today?
I mean, sometimes it just happens for you. I mean, the football guys they pay you a visit, and and the saying is that turnovers come, in bunches. So I guess that happened for us today, and hopefully it'll continue to happen even more down the rest of the year, really.
Yeah, but when that happens after a little bit of a dry spell, is that like a cathartic feeling as a group? Do you all share that feeling together of, okay, we broke the bubble, essentially?
Yeah, a little bit, but we still striving to get better. Like, I know at one point during the game, we were like, we were on the sideline. I want to say it was like the third quarter or something like that. And as a secondary, we were just like, yo, we got 2 fumble recoveries, another forced fumble, but we don't have any picks. So like that's how we gotta be, and that's how we challenge each other. Like even in games like this where it's a big win, and we definitely happy about it. I want to like emphasize that we still want to improve, and that's like what our focus is on. Like of course we gonna enjoy the moment and be happy in the moment, but at the same time we definitely gonna challenge ourselves and challenge each other to take it to another level that we need to take it to. So it was cool to get the fumbles, but we need to get picks. We need to capitalize on opportunities to get interceptions as well. Maybe put a whole game together.
Huge game, obviously, Monday night coming up. Can you speak to the challenge of Arizona right now and how they're looking?
They're looking good. I mean, I guess I don't know though. Maybe ask me during the week or something. I ain't really too much focused on that right now. We just got a good win, huh?
I was just saying, looking back to the earlier game this year.
Yeah, it don't matter though. It was earlier in the year. It's a new game. It's gonna be a new week. But anyway, though, we just beat the Jaguars. Like we give a damn. I mean, we can't celebrate for a quick second or something. Shit.
Hey, Jalen, when you play against a young and talented, quarterback like Lawrence, what do you look for to take advantage?
I mean, age don't really matter when it comes to the NFL. Experience does sometimes in certain situations, but he's super talented. He can make plays. He's made plays for him, at times this year, and he's going to continue to improve over the rest of this year and the season. So, we got a lot of respect for him, but we treat him just like we'll treat anybody else. We prepared, super tough for him, and we try to make sure we on our P's and Q's. And if he does have anything that may not be looking crisp yet, or just his experience isn't allowing him to play at the level that he might be wanting to play at, we look to take advantage of those opportunities. And it's little times like that throughout the game, but hey, that can happen with anybody. Thank y'all.
Able to kind of take us through that play, how you saw it, diagnosed it, and then ultimately made the play?
Just made a play, played it, came inside, got the opportunity to grab him, and I usually throw them to the ground, so I was about to do that, and at the same time, I just ripped the ball, it came out, so it was a big play for us. So.
You and Jalen had combined on a couple of those, like in training camp, for example. He'd toss it up to you sometimes, and you'd flip in the end zone. Having him right there, knowing that he's coming down for that scoop, what is that like for you, knowing that somebody's swarming to the ball like that?
That's good. That's what you expect from this defense. You want guys to swarm to the ball. When it's on the ground, we expect to get it. And he was there to do it. It was a big play for us, and we made a play on it.
Do you feel a bit of not me personally, but does the defense feel a bit of a responsibility? You must force a turnover or 2 each game?
That's every week. I think every defense got the mindset you want to get turnovers and get off the ball back, because when you tend to get turnovers, you tend to win games. So we got to continue to do that, continue to build off this type of win we had today. I think it was a great team win. We got to keep this up. That's the way we got to keep playing football from here on out, and that's the mindset. So.
After a frustrating November, how do you build on this in this next month?
Well, December is a new month. Every week's a new week, so we had a good day today. We got to build off that, not be satisfied, stay hungry. We got another tough opponent next week, another divisional opponent, so we know what to expect from there, and we know it's time to get right back to work tomorrow. So.
How
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Having Von Miller on the side, how does that change the game for you?
I think it's just great to have another guy out there. You know, you got Flo, you got Gray that's in the middle that's playing great football right now, rushing good, with Vaughn and myself inside. So when it's coming to rushing the passer, so it's been good. You know, get a lot of opportunities when you're gonna get them one-on-ones. We got to win them and continue to make it tough for quarterbacks. So.
What was that like playing from in front again, rather than playing from
It was fun. It was definitely fun. You know, you got to pin your ears back a little bit, and they start to get the ball a little quick here and there, but you got to keep going, and eventually we're gonna make our plays. So.
A couple of great games from Greg Gaines so far this season, especially in light of missing Sebastian. What is he showing you guys, especially in his rush, and what do you make of that closing speed he's shown?
He's playing great. You know, Greg is just playing good football. You know, he's explosive, he's quick. He know how to rush the passer. He know how to, use his leverage and rip and dip and do all types of things to make things happen for us, putting pressure on quarterbacks. So he always say he's the best interior rusher. So, he usually get the slide, he say. So he's just playing good football right now.
As a defensive player, what do you think of the hit that Stafford took?
I didn't really see it. I really didn't see it. So.
The way this defense is built, did you feel Von more today because you guys have the lead?
I think he's been playing good football. Obviously, when people don't see sacks and things like that, it's like what's going on with the rush. But if you watch the game and you really watch the football game and break down the film, he's playing great football. He's putting pressure on quarterbacks. He's getting hit on quarterbacks. At the same time, some weeks quarterbacks getting the ball out fast and things happen that we can't control. So I think the rush been good. Past couple of weeks, definitely. Last week, we didn't get the sacks, we didn't get the win. But I think the rush was strong, and today I think the rush was good. Obviously, still got to watch the film and see, but I felt like we was there. So.
Aaron Ernest Jones seemed like he was really active today. I mean, that's not the first time, obviously. It seems like he always has that kind of energy, but what kind of a boost did that give you guys defensively in terms of what he was able to provide?
Well, anytime guys is out there, feeling good and making plays, that's great for us. So, I be in my own little world, so I didn't really see everything he was doing. So when I watched the film, I can give you a better answer to that. But I seen him on some big plays for us, and it was, excited on a lot of them plays. So.
Thank you.
Hi.
Sudden change situation you were thrown into. What was that like for you, getting your number called, and how would you evaluate your day today?
Yeah, just, always got to be ready, and it's part of the role of a backup. You just got to be on your game, got to prepare the whole week, and got to be ready to go out there. And, it's fun. It's fun to be able to get those reps and being able to just go out there and play ball. It's a good feeling.
When you have a back like Sony who is being so steady behind you guys, maybe not necessarily breaking off, every time, but that consistency. What is that like for you in this situation, trying to get yourself settled?
Oh, I mean, he just gave us all the confidence we needed. He runs extremely hard, and he's always falling forward. So it's fun to be able to block for. I mean, just that whole offense is just a great team, and it was a fun time. He gives us all the confidence we need.
Matthew Stafford say anything to you, when you come into the game and in that situation? Is there anything that he relays to you?
Yeah, I mean, we get a couple snaps, see how it feels, and playing in front of him he points out everything. So it's he's a true veteran, and he helps out with everything, and he gave me a tremendous amount of confidence to go out there and play ball.
Is it a challenge ever to be, you have to be ready to almost snap of the finger to go in there? Is that ever difficult when the game's being played, or is that pretty easy?
It's just the role we have. Everybody on the team's got a role, so you just got to go in there and be ready. You can't take a play to get ready. You just got to go right away. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's what your role is on the team.
On the sideline, are you able to just really 100% focus? Because sometimes if you're not in the game, you might be talking to another reserve who's not playing. Is that difficult, or is it pretty easy?
Yeah, we're always pretty locked in when the offense is out there. I mean, we do a good job of staying in the game, staying in the moment. Just, as I said earlier, just being ready,
You said Stafford gave you a ton of confidence. When you're
Sure. I mean, building off of his confidence and being able to just feed off him, and he can point out anything on the field, and you just feel like you got a safety net behind you. It's great to have such an established guy like that.
Well, you've been around for a while, obviously, but is there anything that Andrew Whitworth or any of the other offensive linemen said to you when you entered the game to try to help you get settled and adjusted?
Yeah, obviously he's such a vet. He knows everything. I ran out there, I saw Corbett. He's like, just take a breath, man. We got one play at a time. It's going to be good. And I smiled at him like, all right, I'll be all right. We'll be good. It'll be fun. Yeah.
What was your last game with this much action?
This much playing time? Not including the preseason, obviously. I played a good amount against Houston this year in the fourth quarter, and then really probably 2019 against Pittsburgh was the last time I played a good amount. Yeah.
Coleman, after something like this, not just a game, but a situation like this, who's like your first phone call, or who's the first person you want to talk to?
Well, being from LA, I'm gonna have a lot of phone calls. But my dad and my fiance are always the first two people I see. My mom, my sister's here, so it's fun being a hometown kid. Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Was just holding the ball, trying to work the route to the field a little bit, and got hit. Didn't feel great. Was able to kind of walk it off and keep playing. So I'm good now. Feel fine.
When knocked out, you not feel good or what?
Oh, that was part of it, but just a little chest shot. Had to kind of check myself, make sure I was all good.
Is your sternum intact?
It is in one piece at the moment, so.
Matthew, a lot of mixed personnel today, play action, Sony Michel running really hard. Those types of adjustments, what do they do for you guys today, and how did you feel getting that clean game, under your belt again?
Yeah, I got to give Sean a lot of credit. That was a great game plan we had in this game. And then really the guys that, were asked to play more than they played probably this season stepped up and played great. Sony, I thought ran the ball really well. Kind of going into the week, see the plan unfold, and I'm like, this is a Sony Michel type of game. He's just going to slug it out, wear on these dudes. I thought he was great in the pass game too. Gave him some opportunities in the pass game, did some nice stuff. But I get a great view from where I'm at of him running the football, and some of those 4, 5, 6 yard runs are just things of beauty. And he's a heavy guy. When he starts running, I think the defenders feel it. So I was happy for him. I thought Joe Noteboom, when he was asked to step in there, played really well. And really all of our tight ends play well as well. So I'm just happy for our guys, happy that we were able to come out with a win.
Matthew, having a game like this and being able to get past the losing streak, how does this set you up going forward now?
Each game is its own entity. There's no question about that. It's nice to get a win after 3 subpar performances. So, I was happy for that for our team. Got a big one coming up next week, obviously, and got to watch the tape, find ways to be better. We got to stay on the field on third down a couple more times. Had a 3rd and 1 that was stuffed. Had a couple third downs that I can probably throw a little bit better ball on the first one to Ben. He'll tell you probably he should. Wishes he could have made that catch. We had one down in the red zone to Van as well that, just opportunities that, didn't hurt us in this game but might hurt us in another one, so we got to make sure we clean those up. It's nice to get a win and be able to clean those things up, but continue to focus hard on the little things, and those will make a big difference.
How about for you personally? After 3 tough games with some turnovers, come out and no major mistakes today.
I just try to attack each game and treat it as an opportunity to go play great. Sometimes that doesn't happen. I thought we had a great week of practice as a team. I thought we were dialed in, came out of here on game day and played well. It boils down to execution, and I feel like our guys, did that at a really high level. Tried to make sure that, I wasn't putting the ball in harm's way, and our guys were getting open and making catches. So it's nice.
Can you elaborate what it means? I think I know your answer, but I want to hear it from you. What it means to have a running game, what it does allow you to do by having a running game affect your passing game?
Yeah, I think we did a great job of staying efficient in the run game. It definitely takes an effect on the defense, I think. Sony was running the ball really physical. Our guys up front were really pushing the pile and doing a great job. A lot of those runs were downhill stuff, and he was doing a great job of that. But it helps you be efficient and stay ahead of the chains. Would have liked to convert a couple more third downs off of that and make those things count, and put some more points on the board. But, overall, I thought they did a really nice job in the run game today.
How does it impact your passing game? That's what I asked.
Yeah, I think in the play action game, we hit a few today. I think they did a great job of panic dropping out of some of these. Tried to get down the field a couple times, and those backers were hauling, trying to make sure that after they played the run, they weren't going to let anything over their head. So they did a nice job in some of those areas as well. Was able to sneak Coop on the one down the sideline there. That was really man coverage, so that was a good one too. But it all ties into it, and I thought our defense played great. Offense, did some nice things in special teams. Starting the game like that with BP with the big return was awesome, and Johnny down late in the game down there inside the 5 was nice too.
What sets Cooper apart? He had a string there in the third quarter where he had several good catches.
He does everything right. I think, I don't know, people probably watch him on TV and think he's 5'10" and runs 4.6 and all that kind of stuff. He's 6'2", 210 and runs great. He's got, great feel for the game. He's a great competitor. He understands the game. Does everything right. He leads that receiver group in the right way. So I pinch myself every day, just happy I get a chance to play with a guy like that, and have a lot of respect for how he goes about his business and how he goes about, attacking each opportunity, whether it be practice and or games. And then he's great on game day. Run after the catch, getting open versus man, feeling voids versus zone. He's got a great feel for the game of football.
Just like a few games in now with Odell, how would you describe where your guys' report's at?
Yeah, I think it's getting better and better. Obviously hit him for the fade for a touchdown, hit him on a nice low cross on a keeper, which was great. Just missed a chance at a big one. Love the way he was digging for that ball. Wish I'd have, however far that was, wish I'd have dropped it 2 yards shorter and given him a chance. But he's a guy that I really am impressed with his ability to step in and seamlessly kind of learn his role in this offense. It's been impressive, for a guy that's unfamiliar with what we do before he got here. I give him a lot of respect for that, and also, he's toughing it out. Feeling a little crummy from last week, and was out there, and when he had his opportunities to make plays, he made them.
What changes when your center goes out?
What's up?
What changes when your center?
Well, one guy snaps it righty, the other guy snaps it lefty. That's different, but no, I can't say enough about Coleman. That was a heck of an effort. This game's funny, you feel like you're going into a game, the plan, here we go, and then all of a sudden it was drive 1, he's down, drive 2, David Edwards down, able to come back in and play, but I thought Coleman did a great job commanding, and that just goes to his preparation as a player. He's got a great coach in Carbs that's coaching him, and he had an opportunity to go out there and play, and I thought he played really well. Are there things that are different? Yeah, absolutely. And things that are just, that we can clean up that are a hair off, certain plays, yes. But when he was in there, man, he was battling. He was commanding the line of scrimmage, which I thought was great. And, for the most part, I thought he played really well.
Matthew, when you look at young guys, Van and Ben in particular, not only sort of dealing with the transference of some of Robert's duties to these guys, in addition to their learning curve, understanding that they probably will make mistakes. So what is it for you as a veteran guy to make sure you keep going back to them? Yeah,
I think number one, push them, because those guys can do it, and they really can. And I've got all the faith in the world in Van and Ben and some of the guys that are younger, that are getting kind of their first opportunities in this league. Push them because I know they can do it. I wouldn't sit there and push them if I didn't think they could. But at the same time, understanding that those things are going to happen, and that's okay. You don't want them to happen, and continue to find ways to help them learn. Just help them learn. Hey, got to continue to focus. These are all plays they can make. They make them 100 times out of 100, and sometimes they don't happen. But I got a bunch of trust in those guys. I'll continue to work with them. Those practice reps are really valuable, and when we get those opportunities in practice, to make sure that the focus is like it is on Sunday, and make sure that, hey, if I'm throwing you this ball in practice, chance we get this shot in the game, and just go out there and execute. So it'll be good. I'm not worried about those guys in the least bit. Just want to continue to watch them grow, help them as much as I can, and get us where we want to be.
All set.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys want to see that? Thank you. Yep, you know.
Passing the 100, getting to the 100 catch mark. I know you don't necessarily track these things week by week, but overall accomplishment of what that means for you this year as you're having a career high season.
I didn't know that. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I'm glad we got a W. That's kind of, that's the goal at the end of the day. If it means, 10 catches a game, 2 catches a game, it doesn't really matter. I just want to be a part of producing, be a part of, moving our team forward, being a positive for us. So, it's cool, but I'm just really glad we got a W up on the board this week.
For how much could you tell in the huddle after a start fast how different the offense, in particular Matthew Stafford, may have been?
Yeah, well, I don't know what those guys said, but, to me, the mentality wasn't that much different. The mentality is the same. We play this thing one play at a time, regardless of the scoreboard. No one's trying to – you just don't want to try to push. Just take it truly a full intentional mindset of executing your job one play at a time. Good, bad, or ugly, you move on to the next play, regardless of what the score is. So that's kind of been our mindset. That's been our mentality in the huddle, and, that kind of stayed the same.
You haven't had this feeling in about a month. What's it like to get back in the win column?
It's nothing like it. Nothing like a W. It doesn't matter, whether you're coming off, a little bit of a skid like we have been, or you're on a roll. Just anytime you can get a W, that's a big thing in this league.
How do you make sure you guys take what you did today and carry it over to next week?
I think it's just trusting our process. We talk about it all the time. We believe in our process and what what we do during the week in terms of our preparation. Trust that. Continue to push ourselves, and we've got to be intentional and still learning. There's going to be a lot of stuff on this film that we've got to do a better job of, attention to detail and all that stuff. And it's certainly easier to do. It feels a little better to learn when you're coming off a win, but still need to be intentional and know, let's be process still when things are going well or things are going bad. Let's be process driven. Make sure we're on our stuff.
How much does Odell Beckham Jr. adds to your game? He draws a lot of attention from the defense.
Yeah, he's an incredible football player. He's done some really good stuff in this league over his career. So having him out there with us is obviously a huge asset.
Without Robert out there, have you been getting extra attention from defenses in terms of different schemes? And what today enabled you in that third quarter kind of break free for a couple big plays?
Yeah, well, obviously, it's anytime you can't have a player of Rob's caliber out there with you, the things that he brings to this offense, the complete player that he is, obviously, I think we're going to feel that. And as I've touched on before, it takes multiple people, I think, to fill that role. It's hard to say, in terms of attention that you're getting. Sometimes you feel like, you got safeties playing over the top. Other times they're just playing their stuff. They're doing what they've shown. So. That's just kind of how football works. There's going to be times that you might get information that allows them to kind of feel like they can, based on their call, lend help one way or another. But other times it just feels like they're playing their stuff. So, that is what it is. And what was the last part of your question?
You seem to have a couple breakouts.
Oh, yeah. So, I think that's football. You have certain plays called. Sometimes things don't go your way. It could be a coverage that's called early in the game, or if there's a breakdown protection, or they just end up pattern matching our route combinations well. It's just a lot of stuff in this league that sometimes doesn't work out for you. But like I've touched on before, there's no panic from any of us. If you're not getting the ball early on, as long as you're being a positive cog for this offense, so you're doing what you're supposed to do, you feel good about just moving on and moving into that next play, and knowing that at the end of the day, it's just about all 11 of us moving towards that same goal.
What was that like to see Matthew Stafford down and then see him come back so quick?
Yeah, well, I thought he died there for a second, and the way he was laying there. So come back, and that was pretty scary for a second. It was good to see him. It was like, okay, his soul was gone, and then you kind of see him like, okay, wait, I just want to get up, and you just want to get off the field. I was like, okay, I think he might be all right. And then obviously, all the faith in the world in John Wolford when he came in there, for his one play, he did a great job. But then obviously seeing Matthew come back out, I was glad to see him in a good place there.
Somebody who is a willing, if not happy, participant in the run game in terms of the blocking. What did you make of tonight's game plan? Some of the personnel usage, and then also Sony Michel being that steady physical presence back there.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we got into some of those heavy sets. Joe Noteboom coming in, just being able to be a physical downhill outfit. Sony, I think, ran really hard. He did a great job for us. Love being a part of it. When you can get lined up and say, okay, we just got to dominate the line of scrimmage, move the line of scrimmage, just move bodies. It's a fun way to play football. So I enjoyed it. Guys did a really good job there.
What's that feeling when the dam starts to crack and break like you did early in the third quarter and you're culminating with that touchdown?
Yeah, no, I mean, when you can kind of get some stuff going, we're running the ball well. We were able to get some of that play action stuff, be able to get the ball down the field, get a couple of explosives, and I think that's kind of, at the heart of things, that's kind of been, I guess, at the root of what our identity has been over the last 5 years. If you're going to try to put your finger on it, it's being able to run the ball well and then be able to get some explosive off that play action stuff. So being able to see some of that stuff come alive, and then also be able to pop one on just a drop back. It all comes off of, I think, the complementary game of being able to run the ball, play action, drop back, having all three phases of multiple phases of your offense kind of clicking. That's a good thing for us, and hopefully we can keep that going.
How much did Matt need this to take some of the heat off of him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think the great thing that we've got 11 guys on the field that I think every single one of them would say in crunch time, hey, put it on me. I think our right guard would say, no, 3rd and 3, he wants the ball being run right behind him. We've got receivers that say, no, it's 3rd and 3, I want the ball thrown to me. So that's a great thing that we've got. And Matthew's the same way. I think he wants to shoulder, he wants to take on as much as he possibly can. So when you've got the right guys, when you've got everyone in that place where when it's crunch time and everyone wants to step up to the plate, there's a lot of confidence in that huddle, and that whatever play is called, we know wherever that thing's going, the guy's there ready to answer the bell. So love these guys, love playing alongside a team that has that mentality, and we just gotta keep that going. Perfect. Thank you, guys.